Hello everyone, this is Caleb Warnock with Geothermal Greenhouse Nation. Today is the 26th of December 2024, the day after Christmas, and I just shot this video of one of my 9 geothermal greenhouses. This is a hot style modified Wallapini geothermal greenhouse with no electricity, no utilities, no solar. It grows 365 days a year. And on Facebook, you have been asking for more videos of my greenhouses. This greenhouse is 16 feet long and 12 feet deep and is for growing warm climate vegetables, things that typically need warmer soil than cool soil vegetables, which I discussed in a previous video. And this is just a walkthrough of the video, and then in a moment I will take you sort of through what we're looking at here. We got 2 inches of snow overnight. We had some snow the night before that as well. We had a bit of a white Christmas. And then now it's the day after Christmas and we've woken up to quite a bit of snow. Well, 2 inches. I don't know if that's quite a bit of snow, but 2 inches of snow. So I'm just taking you on a little tour here of my peas. Some of my citrus trees, which are getting ready to open their flowers. This year, the winter solstice, I believe, was on the 21st of December. And the winter solstice is the day with the shortest amount of light, and so these flowers have begun to bloom. For example, this is a Italian heirloom petunia has begun to bloom, and that's because now the days are getting longer. The amount of day length is getting longer. This is my celery in this same greenhouse. It was behind the tomatoes. These are parsnips that need to be harvested because now that the solstice has passed, anything that is a root vegetable or a biennial will begin to go to seed. This is miner's lettuce, which you can just eat a lot of. It just grows and grows, and you cut it and it grows more and more and more. This next thing is my castor bean flowers. I planted castor beans after a trip to Arizona a couple of years ago, and they never came up. And then lo and behold, this fall, this just sprouted on its own in the greenhouse, and I haven't had the heart to take it out. These are calendula flowers, which are not only beautiful but also tasty and also good for your respiratory system. I have over the last couple of days been in this particular greenhouse trying to clear out old things and plant new things from seeds, and this is one of the boxes that I just planted, and I've got little stickers on there saying what the things are that I have planted inside there. And I can't see what those say, and I don't remember what I planted in there. This is purple basil. It's in flower and now will begin to die because the winter solstice is past, because basil is an annual plant. So I either need to harvest this or rip it out, or both of those things. It's been nice to have all that basil for all these months. This is Texel. This is a salad green that not very many people grow, although everyone should grow. It's delicious. It loves the winter temperatures, and it produces a lot of grains. Texel, you can look that up if you've never heard of it before. You can get the seeds at seedrenaissance.com. These are some of my Tokyo Market turnips that also need to be pulled out because, and here's another one, need to be pulled out because now that the solstice is past, they are going to bolt, which means that they're going to put up seed stalks. And these roots, these big fat roots, are going to go away. And so it is time to pull those out and either store them or eat them or pickle them. I'll probably pickle them or put them into a soup, a squash soup. Roast them and put them into a squash soup, which I should do this afternoon. This is an albino beet right here. These are nasturtiums. You can eat the flowers and the leaves and the stems. The whole plant is edible. I eat some of these almost every day, along with the calendula, along with the peas, along with the basil, along with the texel. I go out in my greenhouse almost every day. Unless it's below freezing all day, then I don't open the greenhouse. These are old-fashioned vining petunias that have been here all summer and are just continuing through the winter. They are day neutral petunias, so they don't really care that the solstice has gone by. And you can also see the geraniums there. Here's some more petunias. I just love walking into my greenhouse and having this curtain of flowers coming down. These are planted at the very top of the greenhouse and they drape down all summer and all winter. They're so beautiful. I just love having them. The peas. I have peas, oh, I want to say year round, but that might not be true. In the dead heat of summer, I might not have peas, but most of the rest of the year, I have fresh peas. And here they are. Some of them ready to pick, some of them just forming. A lot of flowers going on in the greenhouse. I love to have fresh peas almost every single day. Get to have fresh peas out of the greenhouse. And also, I eat pea greens out of the greenhouse too. In fact, it seems to me that the more pea greens I eat, the more the peas actually produce. It actually produces more peas for some reason. It seems to prompt them to produce more flowers. This is another look at the calendula flowers, which just bloom all winter and have a make things kind of bright and cheerful in there, but are also very edible. The petals are edible, and I eat them every day, probably every single day. I eat them raw, but you can also put them in salads with the salad dressing if you want. Here's a sad story. My tomatoes, when I went out to film this greenhouse, I discovered that the door of the greenhouse had been left open. It had not been closed all the way because I was out there planting and my tomato got frozen. It's right there by the door. And this was that same plant a few days before. You can see that it was green and now it's brown and ugly. I don't think it's all the way dead. I think I can prune it back and it will, because the solstice is past, it's going to put out new shoots anyway. But this is that same tomato plant just a couple of days ago. So this is a cautionary tale. You've got to be careful. You've got to make sure the doors are shut overnight, especially when it is quite a bit below freezing outside. And these stock flowers are 3 years old now in the greenhouse. These same stock flowers are 3 years old, and they just bloom all winter and most of the summer as well. Just bloom almost all year round in the greenhouse. So now that you've kind of seen the greenhouse in pictures, I'll just show you the tour again, because now you'll know a little bit about what you're looking at as far as when we open this door and come inside and see my water. And here's the petunias hanging down, the geraniums hanging down. I have traditional geraniums and these vining petunias, and then I also, in a moment, you'll see that I have some Swiss balcony petunias that bloom most of the year. They don't bloom, and there they are right there, the Swiss balcony petunias. They don't, or sorry, I keep saying petunias, geraniums. These are Swiss balcony geraniums, and they are about 6 feet long, and they don't bloom in the dead of summer, but the rest of the year they're in bloom. Here's some more boxes that I have just been planting with new seeds, because the geothermal greenhouse is, it is astronomical spring now inside the geothermal greenhouse. There is no winter, and so once the solstice goes by, it's actually time to do the spring planting. There's my peas, and there are more peas over here. These are actually the same kind. These are tall telephone peas. I have a lot of different varieties of heirloom peas growing in my various greenhouses, but these are tall telephone. And these were not with a trellis, and those others are trellised, and so they're all the way up to the ceiling. And you know, if you're out there filming, you might as well grab some peas and eat while I'm out there. They were delicious. The citrus, which I said already, is going to, now that the solstice is past, is going to begin forming its flower buds and should be in full flower around Valentine's Day. There's my poor tomato that got froze, and the celery behind it, and that's it. So, I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching. If you would like information about how to design and come up with a greenhouse that will grow 365 days for yourself, you can reach me at seedrenaissance@gmail.com. Merry Christmas, everyone.